Hi ladies, so today I'm going to talk about bronzer because I know a lot of us are afraid of bronzer. I don't know if you're like me and you bought bronzer, you put it on your face and then it makes you look like orange, like you would got a fake tan. So I was afraid of bronzer for a long time until I learned how to put it on. So I'm going to go over that today, just a couple simple tips just help you out and make you have that sun-kissed glow because that's all what we want anyway, right? So what I'm going to use is our Younique Beachfront Bronzer in Sunset. I've had this for a while and I use the cap as kind of like to tap it off, so it is a little, it's usually shiny, but so what I'm going to do is use my blusher brush. It's just an angled brush and normally used for blush, but I am going to use it for this because of the angle and kind of the point it has at the end. And what I normally do is I use it for kind of minor contouring. You can also use it by doing 2Cs. You know, I know some people call it the rule of three. You make a 3, 1, 2, or 2Cs. I just do contouring, which is essentially the same thing, just depends on what you call it. And basically what I'm going to do is I am going to shade and highlight with the bronzer what I want to accent and what I want to hide. So I have kind of chipmunk cheeks. So what I like to do is bring my face in a little bit more and make it look a little more thin and emphasize my cheekbones. And so I'm going to use the bronzer to do that. So I'm just going to take a little bit. Do not get a lot. You can always add more, but it's harder to take it off. So I just got a very little bit. I have some fuzz on my brush. Try that again. Very little bit. Okay? And then I make a fishy face. And I'm just gonna go in an angle and just trace my cheekbone. So if you need to find where your cheekbone is, make a fishy face. Okay? You're going to go make a diagonal line like this. That is what is going to pull your cheeks in and make your face look a little more thin if you need it, like I did. So, I'm going to make my fishy face. And you can see I'm just starting at my hairline and coming down to about the middle of my eye. You don't want to go all the way to your mouth because then you'll have this kind of funky clown look, and we don't want that. You can already see that I'm just kind of tracing my cheekbone. Okay, you can already see kind of how that part is shaded now. Do the other side. See that nice diagonal line. And you see how that highlights my cheek right here, but it kind of sucks in this little puffier part. And you can always fix, if they're not even, you can always go back and fix. I'm going to fix this side just a little bit. Perfect. Okay. Now I'm going to do my forehead. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go just straight over. Because what I want to do is I want to emphasize and highlight this part of my forehead, bring that front a little bit, and bring the back of my forehead back and shade it just a bit. And I just go very lightly. Again, you can put more on, but it's harder to take it off. You can put too much on at first. Okay. Also, with the bronzer, this is normally how your the sun is going to hit you anyway. It's going to hit your cheeks, top of your head. So like I said, it just gives you that nice, healthy, sun-kissed glow. The other thing that I'm going to do, this is one of my favorite things to do with the bronzer, is to trace my jawline. It does kind of the same thing as when we trace the cheekbone to kind of suck in the cheeks. It creates kind of a shade to outline your face, and that also kind of helps make the face look a little bit thinner. So I'm just going to take it and I'm just going to go right on the jawbone, all the way from my ear to my chin. Okay, you don't want a lot because you want it to be all black underneath, but just to create that shade, just to create a little bit more definition. Okay, do whoops, this side. You can already see how I'm defining my face. Kind of sets it apart from my neck so it's not blending in, because we don't want that. But just a little bit more. Alright. There we go. Now the last thing that I'm going to do is I am going to, my nose is a little bit crooked, so I'm going to use this to kind of straighten my nose out. What we're going to try to make the illusion of is just a straight line by putting the bronzer and shading the sides of my nose. So I know this part's kind of in shadow, so you can't really see it. But if you'll just watch, I'm going straight to the corner of my eye, to the very tip of my nose. And like I said, this is just going to shade the sides of my nose so it doesn't look so big. If you want a little straighter, I'm putting it right just kind of on the top of my nose. I'm trying to create that line down the middle. There we go. We're done. Now if you want to put a little bit on your chin, you can. And that's it. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for watching.